If you want to get abs or you just want to cut out some fat from your body, you are going to go through a process of cutting. And in this video, I'll be giving you guys the full guide on how to cut, what you should do in a day, the physical activity you should do, and also your diet portion. First of all, we got to understand what a cut is. And the general definition of cutting is when you go on a caloric deficit, which means that you eat less than you should eat. Now, you have like a standard baseline for how much you eat. For example, a person can eat 2,500 calories a day, and that is like the average for a man. And if you want to go on a cut, you can go down to like 2,200. And if you're trying to go for like a very aggressive cut, you might go down to like 1,600 calories. But this is just going to be a guide on how you can do this. Before we get into the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I'll be posting fitness, vlog, and also some motivational content that will definitely help you, and I'll also be posting my journey along the way. And if you guys are interested, I have a 7-day course down in the description below. It's only $5 and I guarantee you that it's worth it. Let's get to the video. Now, the first thing we got to realize is that there are two different ways to cut. Now, the first way is where you do a lot of cardio and you eat at maintenance or a little bit above. But because of the cardio, you are cutting down your calories. So you're technically in the deficit. And this means maybe like swimming, running, and going on a treadmill, all that type of stuff. And the second method is that you just eat at a caloric deficit, but you don't really like do cardio. You might train in the gym, but you're eating like 300 to 500 calories below. And there's also kind of like a third option where you just don't exercise. Maybe you just purely want to lose fat and you might be going on like a 1,000 calorie deficit, which is pretty crazy. But if you are a teenager, I would not really recommend to do very heavy cuts. Now, moving on to the physical section, which is the first section, we first got to realize that the biggest misconception in the fitness industry is that when you run and you do an ab workout, you swim, you don't burn fat, you burn calories. Now, this is probably one of the biggest misconceptions online and in the fitness industry, but when you swim, when you walk, when you run, you are actively burning calories. And when you lower your calories because of that cardio, for example, you might be eating 2,700 calories a day, but you burn 700, so you're back to 2,000. That's a caloric deficit, which therefore gets rid of your fat. But if you do cardio and you still eat a lot every single day, you're not going to lose weight. So the first thing that I'd recommend for the physical one is maybe go on a swim. The swim is one of the most intense workouts you'll ever do. It works out your entire body. And the second one is running. This just generally helps a lot. And I've also heard that doing jump ropes are probably one of the highest calorie burning exercises of all time. Now, the next section that we're going to be talking about is what you should eat in a day. And this one's pretty simple. Again, there's two ways to cut. You either do a lot of cardio, eat at maintenance, or you just eat below your calorie maintenance and you'll lose weight. But for the eating part, make sure to eat healthy, because when you're on a cut, you're naturally going to lose fat. You're going to feel a little bit tired, of course. And, you should definitely eat healthy because it kind of fills in the gap for those calories. Put in more nutrients, more vitamins, more minerals to fuel your day, and make sure to eat more whole foods just so you can be a lot more healthier. And the thing is, if you're going on a cut and you're trying to eat something that is junk, for example, like potato chips and all that type of stuff, they don't fill you up at all and they'll pack in a lot of your calories. So probably the hardest thing is the diet, and it's all about substitution if you want to cut. For example, if you really want to eat ice cream, you can eat banana coated with like frozen yogurt on top, which is very good. I've actually tried that before and I might share a recipe later. But your diet is mostly a mental thing. You might want to reach for your snack, but you might restrain yourself from doing it, but just make sure that you're eating healthy to fill in that nutritional gap. Now, for what you should do in a day, completely relies on your preference and what you are doing. If you're weightlifting and you just went on a bulk and you're trying to cut, then make sure you train every day and eat a lot of protein, because when you are on a cut and you lose weight, you also lose muscle too. But if you eat more protein, that means that more of your muscle will just stay there because the protein will help rebuild the muscles. So you might only be losing a little bit of fat because you are on a caloric deficit. But if you are trying to lose weight, like generally, like maybe you have a lot of fat on you and you just want to cut down, then just go on a cut. But it really depends on your body type. If you're like really fat and you want to cut down, then you should go on like a huge cut. But if you're just a little bit like skinny fat or something like that, then you should definitely go on a more slow and controlled cut. Yeah, this is basically the full guide on how to cut from different stages. You might be skinny fat and you want to cut. You might just have ended a bulk and you want to cut, or you might have just been pretty fat and you just want to cut down on weight. But guys, this is going to be a video. Again, make sure to hit that subscribe button because it really helps me out. And also I'll be posting like vlog, fitness, motivational, and also some sort of mindset related content. And also, if you are actually very interested, make sure to check the 7-day course in the description down below. It's only $5 and I guarantee you it's worth it. But I'll see you guys next video.